Welcome back to the AA3 podcast, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything, and our show is made for not just us, the podcasters, but for you, our listeners. My name is Wayne, aka Taz, joined by
Yo, it's Kari Devon.
And
it's your boy Mike.
And yeah, y'all know the routine by now. We got our 3 questions that we might talk about, but it also, if we...
Yeah, two or three.
Yeah. A quick couple of announcements before we get started. We want to announce our upload schedule, so we will be recording our episodes between Friday and Saturday, and then those episodes will go up the following week on Friday. We also want to mention the merch, and I'll let Mike get into that.
Yeah, man. So basically, we want to definitely start, getting some outreach out there, and we want to start making merch. And actually, me and Wayne's younger brother are gonna, tap in and start making some, designs, getting shirts out, hoodies, pants, whatever. We the sky's the limit, man. We gonna try everything.
And we're gonna do that sometime around when we hit some significant amount of subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
So we want to say between 200 to about 350, 400. So once we get around that range, then we'll start really deep diving into the merch. And we also have another announcement about a new intro that we have coming for YouTube, and I'll let Kari get into that.
Yeah, so, we just going to have a new intro that's more aesthetically pleasing and visually pleasing to the eye. And also, we will be having a new thumbnail, too, that fits more of our AAA 3 vibe, so we really want to get a little more personal with y'all and express that through our art on YouTube. So
yes, sir.
And though that will conclude our announcements, we will now get into the questions that are asked by Mike.
All right, y'all ready, boys?
Yes,
I gotta get you. Not ready? You ready, Kari?
Yeah.
All right. So the first question that we have today: if you could tell your younger self a few things, what would they be?
Who wants to start out with that one?
I don't know. That's a hard one, bro.
I'll start. Yeah, I'll start.
Ooh.
So for me, the first thing you said 2 things, right? Or is just
it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. Okay. So one thing I know I would tell my younger self is get a little more involved. Open up a little more. Stop being so closed and repelling. You'll have time for that when you're old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, experience more that life has to offer, and in school as well. Just get more involved, get more out there. I feel like I would have definitely had a better network now if I would have took that option earlier in life. But then again, everything works out for a reason, so I'm building it now. Another thing I would say, trust in yourself. It's one thing having trust issues with everybody else, but not being able to trust yourself, it's a difficult thing. So trust yourself, because you got this. You got this. So yeah, that's really it.
I guess I'll take the floor next. A really big one that I would tell my younger self would be, don't let people's words deter you from what you want to do. Because I actually used to have a YouTube channel when I was in the 8th grade, and I would post videos, and I was really enjoying making the videos. It was centered around mostly the sports that I played when I was younger. When I was playing football, I would show people how to clean your equipment. I would just show off the equipment that I'd garnered over the years, and I was really recording stuff that made me happy. But I had people from my old school who were still I don't know what their issue was. They would watch my videos, and then they would just make comments on it, and they were
not the best comments.
Yeah, and to me as a 13-year-old, that got to me.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know if I should keep doing this, because I remember the one video I recorded about cleaning my equipment. I really enjoyed that video, and I was happy to upload it. But as soon as I uploaded it, people were making comments about why my bathtub was so dirty, the one I was recording in. And little did they know that wasn't dirt. the tub was just rusted. But you know, people will like to make their assumptions, and then you can tell them whatever you want to say, but they're not
still gonna believe what they want to believe.
Exactly. They just like, and then the other videos I was recording, they were like, just literally just make fun of me for it, and I was like, it really got to me, and then I wound up deleting the YouTube channel, so I don't have any of the videos that I recorded, and I'm kind of upset about that.
Yeah.
Because I wish, like, now I really wish I had kept that channel up, because I could have built something. But I feel like I'm getting a second chance with this podcast and our YouTube channel that we're starting. So, you know, it's like a little bit of a reset, but that's something I really regret, is stopping what I was actually enjoying, which was making. Like, from a young age, I wanted to get into content creation, and I had gotten my start, but then I let people deter me from what I really wanted to do, and, you know, I have regrets about it. But, you know, getting a little restart with this, so we back on track. We back on YouTube with it.
Right.
Another thing that I would tell my younger self is, don't try and please everybody, because you can't do it. Really, like, no matter what you do, how nice you are, you know, how many times you listen to someone, there's always gonna be somebody that's mad at you, then says you didn't do enough. And, you know, that's just not true. You did as much as you can, and that's enough. Like, you know, I would used to let people's words get to me so bad that I would really start to question myself as a person and be like, damn, like, am I like a failure or something like that?
Right.
And, you know, I was bullied when I was younger also, but I was still trying to be friends with my bullies. You know, like, because I just wanted a friend group to hang out with. I didn't want to be alone.
Really good realization.
Like, I really realized, like, I was still trying to hang out with the people that were literally, like, constantly, like, ridiculing me. And, you know, looking back on it, like, I wish I hadn't done that, because I wish I had stood up for myself. I wish I would have been like, you know, what y'all are doing isn't right at all. No one deserves to be going through this. Like, y'all, and they were pretending to be my friends also. That's a crazy thing. Like, they were pretending to like me, but, like, I knew, like, deep down, I was just the butt of all their jokes. And, you know, I feel like that's something that's kind of shaped my character, because now I'm not letting anybody do that to me. Like, if you want to, like, talk down on me, you want to try and make fun of me or whatever, you can go ahead and do that. I'm not going to respond back, because I don't have the energy. Like, I'm going to be like, okay.
Right.
And I'm going to walk away.
Right.
Like, it's really, like...
You got nothing to prove to nobody.
Really? I got to prove stuff to myself, not for you. Like, whether you like it or not, I really
That's
don't
a good
care.
way to think about it, bro. I really want. That's a good way to think about it.
Like, really, like, you can say what you want. You can think how you want about me. And at the end of the day, no one's opinion on me really matters more to me than myself.
Respectfully.
So, yeah, those are the two things.
Into your younger self?
Yeah.
I got a list. It's like, I think for me, number one would, like, be slow down. I don't know. When I was younger, I felt like I was just in constant motion. Like, I don't know, just always doing something. I feel like I lived so many lives. I really do. I feel like I did so much. Like, I've relocated my life so many different times, and I feel like I've just always kind of, like, it's been just like a fast motion for me, right? And I would tell my younger self, like, yo, just slow down and kind of just take everything in. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't know, I feel like life can really pass you by if you're not really enjoying it, if you're not really grasping the full aspect, the outlook, all that of it. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely tell my younger self, like, you know, just live in the moment, bro. Like, look outside. Like, bro, I feel like I really do feel like I've done so much in a short span of my life. Like, I've been out the country. Like, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I've been out the country. I've been up on the East Coast several times. Like, I don't know. It's just like, just take everything in and don't take anything for granted as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything can change in just like that in the span of just like, you can blink your eye and everything can change. So just like really just be in the moment, be present in the moment, and enjoy yourself, man. This is your life at the end of the day. Like, can't nobody tell you how to live, can't nobody tell you how to do, tell you how to breathe, none of that. You gotta do this for you, and just take it day by day. I feel like take it day by day. Like, I don't know, when I was younger, it's so funny because I feel like when I was younger, I was so hard on myself, right? Like, more than I show anybody. Like, I don't know, I've always kind of just like like I don't know if they, like I don't know, I just everything was inwardly with me, so I would just do it to myself. Like I've always like the thing about it, I think that's why nobody can really hurt my feelings like that, because I've always been so hard on myself. Like I'm my biggest critic. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get on myself before anybody else to get on me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's like, I was so hard on myself. Like I think that's another one too. Like another, just to add to that one, I think I was very. I told you this before. Like when I was younger, I was very hard on myself. Like I would like be like, don't do this, don't do that, don't like, and try to. I had an image I wanted for myself, and I feel like sometimes you can get obsessed with the image that you have for yourself instead of just living. You know what I'm saying? And now I feel like more than ever, I'm just living now. Still keeping in mind that I still want to keep an image. I have an image to uphold, but I feel like now I'm more freely moving in that. I feel like back then I was just like locked in and like, yo, like locked in. You know what I'm saying? I was locked in with myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. I'm gonna wrap them two in one, right? And then the second one would be trust yourself, like the Kari said. Like, bro, trusting yourself is the best thing you can do. I'm not gonna lie. Like it removes a lot of confusion. It removes a lot of back and forth. It removes a lot of unwanted situations. When you trust yourself, things flow so much easier. Like I don't know. Ever since I started like trusting myself, right? I don't know. Things just. I think I talked about this on the first episode, because this is really a real thing. Like trusting yourself it's one of the best things that I've ever done. Honestly, like
it's a vital thing.
It is like like how you move should not be in the hands of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because they could lead you in the wrong direction. But when you trust yourself, you know that even if I do this and I mess up, I can still get up and try again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's deeper than just, you know, trusting yourself. It's the whole thing. Like I can mess up, right? But at the end of the day, I trust myself and know that I'm gonna be able to get back up, dust off the dirt, and keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're gonna make mistakes. That's just inevitable.
You're gonna make that.
But it's how you respond to those mistakes.
That was a hard one for me too.
Really,
like that's what I said. I was hard on myself. So anytime I would make a mistake, it would like I would harp on it. I would I wouldn't show nobody that. Like I would just keep it to myself. But I would kind of harp on it and like I'd be disappointed in myself. But now it's like, bruh, get your ass up and let's go. Like, we still moving, we still breathing.
We still got,
you know what I'm
things
saying? I still got life in my body, so that means that I'm still doing something right. You know what I'm saying? So those be my two: trusting myself and slowing down, like just smelling the roses, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like enjoy life while you're here, because it's not an eternal thing. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it while you're here. So let's transition, boys. Let's transition. All right. The next part to that is, what would your younger self say to you now?
I want to start with that one. What my younger self would say to me now, I think my younger self honestly would say, I'm proud of you. Because I feel like since I went through what I went through, and it was about, I want to say like 8, almost 9 years ago. It's almost been a decade. Like, looking back to where I really came from, I have grown a lot as a person. And I feel like as you get older, you're going to do that anyways. But to see the progress I've made in about 9 to 10 years is really like something major. And I'm proud of myself for what I've overcame, what I'm still fighting. And I could have gave up at some point, but, you know, it just never happened. And I feel like my younger self would really look at me now and be like, you're doing good. Like, keep it pushing. You've matured as a person. You learned from your mistakes. You didn't let them get you down. Keep pushing it. Keep going. You got stuff you want to accomplish? Go do it. You're going to have critics. Damn what the critics say. Like, really, like, they can say what they want, but you know you're doing this for you and the people you love. Keep going with it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be hard. You're going to have some tough days. You know, tough days are a part of life. But they going to come, and they also going to go. It's how you choose to respond to it that's really going to matter. And, you know, if you let it beat you down, then you're not going to go anywhere. You can't progress if you let stuff and mistakes beat you
fully
down.
Sweep you off your feet.
Really, like, you can't let it... What's the word I'm looking for? You can't let it affect you.
Alter you, all that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't let that really define you as a person. You gotta keep it pushing. You gotta do.
But you know what? I think like keynote, right? I don't mean to cut you off, Brady, right?
No, it's okay.
Because your point is very valid, right? But I feel like still keep it pushing. Still make sure that you you're in tune with what you're feeling, and you're not just denying it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that can be. I feel like sometimes us as African Americans, you know what I'm saying, sometimes we just be like, let's brush under the rug, keep going, and then what you'll do is you'll keep, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, you'll keep piling it on. Yeah,
it's like perseverance, but without the like the wellness.
It's perseverance without doing the work.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's just like I feel like, and yeah, I can definitely attest to that. I feel like
yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Most of my life, I definitely was just like
taking it to the chin.
I mean, like, I would literally hit brick walls and keep smashing myself into them. Like, it was to a point where I was like, I'm really tired of this. Like, I'm just about to, like, just sit down. I felt so stagnant for so long because I kept trying to, like, move without actually, looking,
doing the work.
Like, it was.
But give yourself grace because you didn't have the tools necessarily. Like, what tools do we have to, understand to do the work? You know what I'm saying? So we got to give ourselves grace for that. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I really don't want to change the subject, but I think like it can be. We can take it further, right? I feel like us as black people, we got to stop always trying to be strong. Let's talk about that. Like I feel like, why do we always got to be strong? Like, it's okay to like not be strong. I feel like that's strong.
It's okay to not be okay.
It's okay to not. Then that's strength right there.
The strength that you have in your intuition and your emotions, like that's strength.
That's strength, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Like the ability to have so much control and mastery over self. That's strength. I feel like we all can do good by learning that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Perseverance, but also still like check on yourself and don't like if you feel something. I always like this is gonna be. I think it's gonna be the quote till I die. I always say that. I be like, feel how you feel because how you feel is how you feel. Like nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can argue that with you. How you feel is how you feel, bro. No, you can't. It's not even something that you can explain to people because they don't understand how you feel because that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So make sure that you are still in touch with you and making sure that you are straight because nobody else is going to do it how you are. I mean, that's, it sucks to say, but it's the truth. Like nobody else is going to have your back as much as you have your own back. So you got to make sure at the end of the day, as you're still pushing through, as you still getting up and dusting out the shoulder, you doing check-ins with yourself. I think that's very important. Like do a check-in, like how I feel right now, because maybe today I don't feel like it, and give yourself that grace because you don't want to keep pushing and burn yourself out, and then you don't have nothing to give. You know what I'm saying? You're pouring from a cup that doesn't even have anything in it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like push but still check in with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do check-ins. Check-ins are so important. I be telling, like, even with y'all, I be like we definitely do got to do better with like checking in. Like we got to make sure like a mental, like I feel like I used to do that. I stopped doing that, but like we got to start like, and like if we talking like just like out the blue mental health check, and then we'll all just give an answer and then we'll explain why, and then we'll move from there. You know what I'm saying? But I think we should definitely start doing that. But go ahead, bro. You finish your point.
God damn. I'm sorry. No, that was good though. That was good. I won't even mind it. But like I was saying, like, yeah, my younger self would probably tell me that they're proud of me. And I really feel like I would take that to heart and I'd be like, thank you. I would thank my younger self. At the same time, I feel like my younger self would still have questions about just probably ask like, can we really do it? Like, can we do what we set out to do? And to that, I would say, yeah, we can. Because I know who I am. I'm Wayne Lejean. And I'm going to get this done at the end of the day. No matter what, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to have my obstacles, but, we're going to push some obstacles right out the way. And we going to keep it sailing. Ship is not going to sink. At all. Ship is going to take a couple bumps on the waves.
Titanic.
No iceberg.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh, Lord. we don't mean to be insensitive, y'all. We don't mean to be insensitive. Promise.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, Mike, you want to take?
Yeah, I can go next. What would your younger self say to you now? I'm gonna be very realistic. Like honestly, he would be like, proud of you, but you got work to do. Like he was like, I'm proud of you, but we got to get done. You know what I'm saying? But no, like for real, on some real shit, I would say like proud of you, man, for the man that you're growing into. You feel what I'm saying? Like the person that you are becoming. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. I think my younger self would just be like, you come a long way, man. You know what I'm saying? Still, we got a lot to do, but pat yourself on the back for how far you come in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my younger self would be like, make sure as much as you give others praise, give yourself praise. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a really big thing. Like make sure that you fill in your cup, and so that you can fill other people's cup. Because I feel like we're all placed on the earth for a reason. So make sure that you are fulfilled. Make sure that your cup is full. Don't pour from I feel like a lot of people pour, and I think that's what I used to do, is like pour from a halfway full cup, and that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because then what do you have left for yourself? You know what I'm saying? So I think my younger self would say, you on the right track, man, and don't let nobody diverge you from yo whatever you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? Like this is your life. Like what I can say though, and I'm gonna give myself props on that. I've always known what I wanted to do. I'm not gonna cap. Like I've been pretty sure in myself like a majority of my life, but I just didn't know how to exert it into the outside world. Does that make sense? Like I didn't know how to externally push that out, but I've always had not like always a clear, but most of the time I had a clear understanding of who Michael is and what Michael wants to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna cap. It wouldn't work when other people would try to like make me do things that I knew wasn't for me. You did something like, I don't know, it's like when other people like try to like put stuff in front of me and I knew that wasn't for me, I wouldn't do it. And then they would get mad, but it's like, bro, I'm like, I don't think we give kids enough credit. Like you were saying that the other day, I don't feel like we give kids enough credit because a lot of kids are very smart. They're in tune. They need a little tuning. I feel like they just need a little tuning. But most kids, if you give them that freedom and you give them that guidance, they can figure out what they want to do. You just gotta listen to them. You know what I'm saying? You just listen to them, no matter how wacky it is, no matter how.
Kids know what they want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just need a little tune up. That's all they need. You know what I'm saying? So when I was younger, I wanted to like get into acting, right? But things happen, and things didn't fall through, and it is what it is now. But I said what I wanted to do. Like I was very clear in what I wanted to do. So I would just my younger self would just tell me like, I'm proud of you, man, and just keep going, bro. Keep going, man. You were good. Like at the end of the day, when it really comes down to it, you're a good person, and just keep thriving, man. That's what my younger self would tell me now.
No, that's tough. My younger self would definitely tell me like, congrats, motherfucker, you're alive. Like you're alive. You made it to 20. That's like a big like milestone for me, especially. I did not think that it was gonna be this long, honestly. I mean, I wanted it to be, but like I was scared.
Elaborate. What you mean you didn't think it was gonna be this long?
I did not think I was gonna make it to 20.
like real shit.
Real shit. Real shit.
You gotta elaborate on that, fool.
Now you gotta elaborate on that. I feel like mental health, yeah, definitely. Mental health, definitely. I just, me and death always had a fickle relationship, honestly, but it's true.
I'm sorry.
Like I don't know. Like when I was younger, like I really felt like me and that nigga was playing tic-tac-toe. But to each his own. I definitely am glad I've made it this far, and I'm gonna keep on striving. My younger self aspired to live, and like
you said that the other day.
Yeah, my younger self aspired to live. Everybody asked me what I wanted to do, and there were so many things. I wanted to be a biologist. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to dance. I wanted to do this. I wasn't like, no career really like pulled me, in one direction. All I aspired to do was live. I did not want to die. I wanted to live. I wanted to experience life. And now I am. So it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. Me and my younger self got it like that,
Yeah. And I don't know, like that. I think that's a good thing. Like what you just said, you were like, nothing really pulled me. That's why I feel like, I don't know, in today's society, in the modernization of everything, I feel like sometimes we all have callings, right? And you could be a fucking tree hugger for not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like with today's society, if it doesn't fit into the mode that they want you to be in, then it's not something that's deemed as deemable.
It's not right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like,
Yeah.
they're asking questions like, why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Because it speaks
It's my
to me.
calling. It's
Right.
something that, you know what I'm saying?
Like I don't understand why you would want to do that. Yeah, it's not for you to understand. Back
Bingo.
the hell up.
Bingo.
Leave me alone.
It's not for you to understand.
Exactly.
A lot of people need to, if something are not meant for you to understand, just leave it at that.
Really.
Just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, just know it's for me. It's not meant for you. No more questions need to be asked.
And keep
Like,
it at that. Like, you know, all the back
like,
and forth is not needed.
Please stop questioning everything I do. I know what I'm doing.
right. It literally.
Like, let me live. All right?
Yeah.
This is not your life. This
Right.
is my life. Okay.
Right?
Right. Like
Y'all brought me here unwillingly. I might as well take control and live my life. I did not ask to be here. So now that I'm here, let's let's move accordingly. It's on my type of time now.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm living life. But yeah, and I said that I said that in the last podcast, how like I definitely had to gain like my happiness before I was able to
Real
find
shit.
that calling.
Yeah.
And
You can see clearly.
yeah, because at that moment, like, I thought like I was actually fighting demons. And so like at that moment, once I finally like stopped fighting what was like in front of me and like chose to, live, like chose to finally like, move on and like, what's the word? Like, just live life, gain everything that I want to gain. Like, I found my passions. I started to find my different passions and stuff. So now I'm able to, now I know which direction my life is going. So that's a good thing that my younger self would also tell me, like, I'm glad you found direction, because I was every which way when I was younger. Like, in every direction.
Well, how were you, Brody? Like, did you have like an understanding, or were you like every which way?
It was a mix. Like, I knew what I wanted to do, but at the same time, I was still looking like, what about that? What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
But like, my biggest thing when I was younger was like, I want to go pro in sports.
There we
I
go.
knew I wanted to do that, but at the same time, there was a lot of other things that I wanted to.
We're
Like,
interested in. Yeah.
I wanted to dip my toe in and be like, could that be for me?
Yeah.
Could be,
Yeah.
I think that's another part of like maturing, is realizing you don't just have to limit yourself to one thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, try everything.
don't.
That's like one thing I did do is I tried everything, nigga. I'm not gonna cap. I did a lot of shit, bro. Like, so that's why I think that's why I'm so tuned in with what I want, because I've I think that's another thing. Like, when you have kids, bro, like, just let them test the waters, let them see what works for them, what doesn't work for them, and they'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom actually did a really good job with that. Like, she made sure that she just like kind of like made me do a lot of different things, and then, you know what I'm saying, I kind of figured out what worked best for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like open taste on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like I did a lot of different things and seen what was for me, seen what wasn't really for me, and now I kind of stick to what works for me. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, yeah. Yeah, man. Damn, we talking some shit this episode, bro. If you could relive your life again, what would you change?
Absolutely nothing.
It gotta be. Listen, that's the question, bro.
It is.
Because I don't live with regrets, but I'm not gonna cap. It is one thing that I would change. It's more so recently, right? I think I've like gotten the habit of not like putting myself out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's one thing I would definitely change. I need to get in the habit of putting myself out there again. You know what I'm saying? I do. Like, that's something I really got to work on. Like, I'm trying to, I don't know. I think that's something I'm like struggling with a little bit. I'm not going to hold you. Like, I have a vision for what I want, but if you don't test it out, it's not going to work. You just can't come in thinking that it's going to be the way that you want it off bat. When you gotta try it. You gotta test it out, test the water, see what works for you, see what doesn't work. I feel like I've always struggled with that. I'm not gonna like, I feel like I had like a real like boss man mentality. Like, I want to come in at the top, but you can't come in at I was just talking to a friend of mine about that, and she was like, I told her, I was like, yeah, like, I always felt like I had to come in at the top, and if I didn't come in at the top, then I was like, this ain't for me. Hey, but you gotta try. You just gotta try. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see what works for you. So I think that's my biggest thing right now. Like, one thing I would change is like, I want to put myself out there. I want to be more active, social media wise. That's why I'm glad we're doing this podcast, because I feel like this is one of the ways that I'm putting myself out there. But even on my own tip, I need to get in my content and just start pushing it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's. I don't really have regrets. Some of the regrets, but right, like that's my main one right now. That is my one right now. That's one thing I would change. I need to stop just trying to come in at the top and just know that you need to work your way up so that you can be at the top. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
I mean, yeah, I definitely get that because, like, with me and art, I feel like I just wanted to, like, be good at it, but, like, I really didn't realize, like, I really had to, like, work as hard as I did. But, like, because, like, you know, for me, when I used to, like, draw and stuff, I would have the image in my head perfectly clear. Try and draw it on paper, look like chicken scratch. So, you know, I had to work. I had to work on it. I had to put in the work, you know, get to where I am now. And now I'm actually proud of it, the level I am now. And I'm no longer discouraged by if I'm behind anybody else or if anybody, or if I'm ahead of anybody else. You know, that don't matter to me no more. So that's definitely a good one. For me, I would definitely say, well, I did say absolutely nothing, but if I had to choose one, I would say, like I said, networking. I was going through a lot as a child, so like, I'm networking was like my last priority. But honestly, I should have done it because now, being me, I actually know that I always had the capability of networking and like being with people and all different stuff. But like, I was just so closed off and didn't, you know, was dealing with my own problems, didn't feel like dealing with anything else, that I was not, you know, open to building connections with other people. So now that I am, I find the benefit in networking, you know, how it can actually help you excel. It pushes you and the people that you're connecting with. So it's a good thing, and I definitely wish I would have done it earlier in life. Like, you know, 9th grade, I wish I would have like came in a time machine and said, listen, go join like a club, you know, SGA, something, you know, do something, because the ROTC won't cut it. You know, so that's really it. But yeah,
I don't think so. Really, I don't really have any regrets, like Kari said, about my life. Like, I feel like I went through the stuff that I went through for a reason.
You did.
So I wouldn't change any of that. But to add to that, I was talking about this last night when we were driving back. I was like, I wish I wouldn't have try and look for someone to fill a void when I felt empty and feel the peace that I was looking for. I really wish I would taken the time to be like, it's not someone else. Adding someone or trying to find someone to add to fill this void is not going to do anything for you. You got to fill that yourself, and you got to figure out what's best for you. Because if you try and fill it with someone else, how much can they really do,
Right.
to fill the void that you're trying to fill? Like, they can do and say a couple things, but is that really going to get you to where you want to be at and where you need to be at? No. You need to take the time, really look into who you are at that moment, and then look a little bit ahead of you and be like, I want to get to here. What are the things I need to do to get to where I want to be? And then after that, then I can go and look for someone else. But I have to be complete as a person before I try and do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said before, they can only do so much. It's about what you do for yourself. In the end, that's really gonna make the difference.
Real shit.
If you don't do anything to try and help yourself, how can you expect someone else to help you? Honestly. And
Real shit. Real shit. The hard truth.
It really. And then one other thing I would say was, you don't have to be a perfectionist. Like, it's okay.
You feel me, right? Come on, bro.
You don't have to be a
Oh my
perfectionist.
God.
No one is perfect. People can try and act like they're perfect, but in reality, no one is perfect.
Nobody is perfect,
Absolutely
man.
no one. There are people that do really good for themselves, but they're still gonna trip up sometimes, and that's okay. Like, I honestly feel like when I was younger, I would try and be like, all right, I need to be at the top of my game for every single little thing. Like, if I'm not at the top of this, then I failed already.
Right,
Like, if I'm not the best at what I'm doing right now,
That's what I'm doing right now.
then
It's
there's
a wrap.
no point.
It's no point even doing it. For what? You know what I'm saying?
Like, why am I doing this?
I
now?
waste
But
my energy when I'm
Literally.
literally, yeah. Like, now I'm looking at it like you're gonna have to start from the bottom with anything you do. Like, you're gonna have to work your way up. You're not gonna be at the top automatically. That is not how.
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic, and that's not how adulthood works. It's not. You're gonna have to start from somewhere, but you're gonna have. But if you build enough and you build constantly enough, you'll get to the top eventually. It's gonna take time. You're not, like I said, you're not gonna be at the top right away. But it's about what can I do to get to the top, so that I can be like, all right, you know, the work I did was worth it.
Yeah.
And I'm where I want to be because I decided to take the time and work on what I wanted to work on and work on myself. And now here we are. So yeah, those are my two big things.
I'll fuck with that, bro. I feel you, bro. Like, sometimes you just gotta humble yourself. I think that's what it's more so about. Like, you kind of humble yourself when you come into a situation because you never know what it can be. I think like maturing is realizing that you gotta humble yourself in situations because you never know where you gonna place, where you gonna come, where you just gotta just go in there with an open mind and an open heart. You know what I'm saying? Just be open. Like, I think just be open to possibilities. I think that's like I think we can take it today. Even like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of us don't be open to a lot of possibilities because we have our minds set on one thing, and that's like, I think that's the tricky thing with like being stuck in your ways, because then you're gonna disappoint yourself if it's not turning out how you want it to be when you could have just came in there with an open heart and an open mind. I feel like us as humans gotta do better on that basis of like, just come in not really expecting much. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take it for what it is. I think that's another thing I had to learn. Like, actually, that's what I had to learn. I'm talking like humans, nigga. That's what I had to learn. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like I kind of wanted things to be a certain way, right? Kind of just, you know, boom, 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 boom. It's still kind of, I still struggle with that, but like, I kind of wanted things to be like a certain way. And if they wasn't a certain way, I'd be like, this shit is ghetto.
I don't want to do that now.
This shit is ghetto.
Like, why is this not going how I planned it to go
literally
out?
In my head, had the whole plan set out, and now I'm here, and it's like, what the fuck? But then I don't know, like, I bounce on that because some other times I'll be like, why do y'all expect that? Like, so it's like I don't know, it's like I flip between the two, which I think has kind of got me through life because I've been able to. I feel like I'm able to like bounce, you know, bounce here, bounce there. So I don't know, but like, on, like I said, on a human basis, I think we got to just kind of come in just an open mind and open heart towards certain situations. Like, I see that in our generation a lot more. Like, we that's why we're the ideologies that a lot of our parents have. That's why we have a different way of seeing things because we're coming into it with a, you know,
more open mind.
Exactly.
We're seeing different possibilities for what's out there.
Exactly.
Like, we're not stuck on
our kaleidoscopic view.
Yes.
What does that even mean?
Kaleidoscopic?
Yeah. Well, not kaleidoscopic, but like kaleidoscopic view in the way that you're using it.
In the way that I'm using it, like literally looking at all the different possibilities of just one thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like, there's gonna be different outcomes.
Right.
But you know, whatever outcome is the best for you, that's what's gonna come.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can either take it, or you can let it go.
But you gotta suck it up at the end of the day, right?
Right. Like, you can either get a reward or get nothing.
Man.
Honestly.
Yeah. What's one thing? I'm just gonna kind of just go to the top of my dome right here.
Go ahead.
What's one thing that you proud that you did in your, like, you know, like, okay, so this last question was, what's one thing you would change? What's one thing you're glad that you didn't change?
Damn. Mike, you want to start with that since you are actually, Kari, you want to start with that?
I mean, yeah, I was honestly gonna say myself.
I think that's what I was about to say. For you, right, I think that's a good one for you.
I was honestly gonna say myself. I feel like I've tried so many times to change, and it's never worked. The universe did not want me to change, and I did not want me to change.
The universe was looking at you like, what are you doing?
like, dude, why are you sitting here like every time a school year starts, you trying to like act new, change this, do that, like. For starters, you're moving at your own pace. And second of all, like, these people, like, honestly, you don't really care about these people like that. And therefore, these people don't really care about you.
Right?
So, why are you trying so extra hard to
appease these people?
Not even appease, but like, I felt like changing would change my circumstance. I feel like changing would literally change the direction in which I felt my life was going.
Oh, okay, got you. But like you saying, like change your character basically.
Yeah,
got you.
Because I felt like at that time, like I really did used to beat myself up. Like you said, I was my biggest critic. I definitely used to beat myself up a lot. So learning that, like, me beating myself up and trying to change myself based on the negativity I was throwing at myself, like, that wasn't gonna change my life and make it any better. If anything, it was just gonna bring more havoc into my life, more chaos, and I already had enough of that. So, definitely it would be myself. I'm glad that's never changed, honestly. I've been me for a minute.
I was gonna say the same thing as Kari. I'm glad I never changed who I am. Like Kari said, I tried so many times, and every single time I just revert back to honestly who I am.
Like a boomerang.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit away and it said, I'm not going nowhere. What you doing? But yeah, like, I feel like people have never truly understood me, and they still don't. Yeah. But I really don't give a damn at this point. It's like either you understand me or you don't. I don't care. And like, honestly, I wish that was the mindset I had when I was younger. Like, reverting back to what I was saying earlier, letting people's opinions affect me. I really wish I had the mindset that I do now. Like, okay, I don't give a shit. You really feel like that? Word. I don't care. Like, I'm really proud of never changing myself, because I love who I am as a person. I've really grown to love who I am as a person. And if everybody's not going to understand that, cool. Stay over there. Go. Like, you can go ahead and stay over there. I'm doing this for me. I'm happy with who I am, and I'm never changing a single thing. Like, am I quote unquote a little strange? Yeah. But everyone has their strangeness. That everyone has something that others would would deem as a bit weird, a bit odd. Like, okay, it's good to have some oddities, because honestly, I feel like oddities can attract other people to you, because they're like, oh, you moving like that, or like, you got that about you.
Or I do that same shit. Like,
exactly. Like,
I do that shit
like,
too.
I can relate to what you're doing.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like once you really start, like, opening up and, like I said, trusting yourself and trusting that you are who you are because you are who you are. Like, you got this. Right. You have this.
You were made to be who you are for a reason. Don't try and switch that up at all.
And you start to attract more people who
are like
compliment that.
Yeah. Or like,
and they see how genuine you are and how much you stick to who you are, and they're like,
yeah, he a cool nigga.
Really, like, he don't let nobody deter him. He's doing what he's doing, and he's happy with it.
For sure. I like that. So I think number one, what I like that I did, I'm very articulate, I feel like. So I think, like, my father, my dad, he always told me, he was like, when you were a kid, we never used to talk to you like you were a baby. So I, like, even when I do that, I'm not gonna do that baby talk with my kids, because he was like, my dad was like, I was mad that you sitting there having conversations at 7 years old with 30 years old, and like you're 7 years old, right, talking to grown adults, but you're like literally sitting there like having a full like on conversation with them, like you're their parent or something like that. And it used to irritate him, but I think like he's like, dang. You know what I'm saying? He's like, dang. Like, so I think that's something I've always been pretty articulate. Well, I was struggling while I'm trying to say that. I've always been, articulate. And also, I feel like I'm very open-minded. Like, it's funny, my friends call me closed-minded the other day. They didn't call me closed-minded. They said I'm judgmental. they said I'm judgmental, right? But I don't know. I feel like everybody judgmental.
Just a tad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody judgmental. But I feel like I'm very open-minded. That's why, like, I don't know, like, a lot of people expect me to be one way, but when they, like, kind of get to meet me and, get to know me, they're like, oh, this nigga cool. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't... Like, I feel like open-minded comes with, like, not giving a fuck what people... Like, I don't really care what other people got going on, what they doing. That has nothing to do with me. I feel like we should all be living our life for us. Why do I care what old boys doing on the street? Why should I, like judging somebody based on how they dress, how they talk, how they... None of that really has... I don't really care.
Like they're doing them, I'm doing me. It is.
I think that's what always helped me kind of like simplify it, and that's why I think I'm so open-minded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what you got going on doesn't affect me. So why am I about to judge you for something that makes you? You know what I'm saying? Me being open-minded, me being articulate makes me me. I live in that. So why would I judge you for living in you? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I feel like I've always just carried it that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of my friends are just, a lot of my peers are very like open-minded, quote unquote weird, but I don't see them as weird.
I feel like
that's what society wants to label them as. Yeah, I see it as that's a good thing to be.
I feel the same way. Yeah,
I feel like we're all pretty authentic. Yeah, honestly, like we have conversations, like there's no there's no confusion. We all have our own personalities, and we all sit very comfortably in that. And the fact that we all appreciate each other for them is even better. Like. I really feel like that's really like connects us as that friend group.
Yeah, I agree.
I really feel like we're able to have any type of conversation.
I agree
without it getting awkward or anything like that, because we're so open minded. We're like, oh,
like even when one of us says the most outlandish shit, we all laugh and be
like, we do that. Yeah, we do that.
That's crazy, but sounds like you.
And we move. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we move. Yeah. I think being open-minded is going to get you a lot of places. So I'm glad that I always kept that. Like I'm coming from where I come from. Being open-minded is the reason I'm alive. Not in cat to you, but I think those are two things I'm glad I didn't change, bro.
Boys, y'all got any final thoughts before we close out this episode?
Oh, no, I'm good. This was a good one.
Another good one. Another banger.
Another banger. I think we hit everything on the nose, man.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us on this end. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with everybody.
Share it, bro. Share it.
Trying to grow the AA3 family. Yes, get some more people on the listening end.
Yes, sir.
So just do what you can, and we really appreciate it. But as I said, that's going to do it for us. My name is Wayne, aka Taz.
Yo, it's Kari Divine.
It's your boy Mike,
and we're signing off.
Deuces.
Till next time.